Welcome to my Thursday broadcast. I'm Honor Janetsky. If we have not met before, founder of this group and of Awakened Motherhood. And I'm so pleased that you're here. We have a lot of new members, and I just wanted to say hi officially and welcome you and tell you a little bit about what goes on here so that you can get the help you need in parenting and motherhood. Starting with today, this is our Thursday broadcast. So every week, Thursday at the same time, I come in. We can have the replay in Facebook they're deleting them now after 30 days. They used to just be here for an infinite amount of time. So I moved them to my YouTube channel. If you want to go back and see other ones, that's fine. But you can find the replay posted after the live stream. And you can always join me during the live stream too and ask questions, drop comments. I absolutely love interacting with you guys. I'm here to get to know you so I can find out more about what you need and bring you what you need. There are a lot of free resources here. In addition to the Thursday live broadcast, I also host workshops that are interactive, that are like 5-day free workshops, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter, where we get into tools and techniques and strategies that ultimately that I use in my programs with my clients to create really wonderful, miraculous outcomes, eliminating kids' meltdowns and outbursts, helping mothers to eliminate their own anxiety, and really just helping families to create peaceful outcomes. So, better communication, better behavior for kids. And today we're going to dig into this topic a little bit. So, I'm going to talk to you guys about a huge thing that I work on with my clients all the time. And I do get a lot of questions about through different channels. I also have a weekly newsletter. If you'd like to access that, let me know. We can add you to that list. Um, how to stay calm when your kids are not calm. A lot of parents come to me with requests about their kids' behaviors are off the charts. Behaviors off the charts. They need help getting control of the behaviors. And if you're focusing on behaviors, the truth I'm just gonna share with you right out of the gate, and we'll go deeper on this. But the truth really is that you're looking in the wrong place. So if you are focused on why is my kid acting this way, then you're on the right track because you're getting curious about it. What is going on with my kid? And so I'm going to talk to you about how to help your child change their behaviors and really what's going on and like where to look and how to look in the right place for that. So some kids are just more. They're more, their behaviors are louder, they're bigger, they're longer, they're more intense. Some kids have a harder time adjusting to life or change or transitions. Or they're just, they just have one of those really tough temperaments. I have a kiddo with a very rare temperament type and who just took the Myers-Briggs recently. Gotten interested in that. She's a teenager now. And she's like the 2% of the population type. She comes out in her results. And I'm like, yeah, she's giggling like, we're having a laugh together. Like it makes sense. It makes sense. And some kids have a really rare kind of temperament, or other kids are very strong-willed. Some are big feeling kids, deep feeling kids, and they have a harder time managing these very big emotions. We see it with highly sensitive kids a lot, strong-willed kids, who I call spirited kids as well. So if you have a kiddo who struggles with managing really big emotions, if you struggle with managing big emotions, or your partner does, then this is going to sound really familiar for you. So, staying calm when your kid gets um, really kind of whipped up or lost in a big emotional state is one of the hardest things. I've been a marriage and family therapist for 20 years now, coaching parents and now in my programs with my clients on how to help their kids to reduce and ultimately eliminate these outbursts and meltdowns, the arguments that happen. And I can tell you, I've sat through so many tantrums of big and small kids, some kids like way bigger than me, tantruming in really what could be perceived as really scary ways. And I'm also a mom of two. I've sat through my own fair share of meltdowns and tantrums and arguments of my own children. And the one thing I can tell you about all of them is that they are uncomfortable. Raise your hand. Have you sat through a meltdown, a tantrum, an outburst? Have you sat through, one of these times where someone is so out of control of their emotions, what they feel, whether they're yelling or throwing things or melting down or crying or whatever, screaming? That is uncomfortable. That is so uncomfortable. I want to slow down your experience around this to help you to notice a few things. So, these experiences of being with someone who is totally out of control of what they feel or their behavior and it's chaos, um, it feels like chaos inside of you. And the biggest parenting pitfall, the most common things that parents do in terms of fall into the what not to do category, it's so uncomfortable that most parents have a very strong reflex and urge to fix what's going on, to stop what's going on, stop the behavior, stop the meltdown, stop the tantrum, that they make the mistake of doing too much too fast. They take too much action and they take it too soon. That is the biggest mistake that I see. You may also be making the same mistake. Your child may be kind of flipping, the switch flips, and you may be taking too much action too soon. So let's explore and see if this is something that's happening for you. So why might you be doing this? The truth is so simple. It's, even if I told you that it's better to ride it out, it's better to wait it out, it's better to observe, it's better to like slow things down, you'd have a really hard time doing it. Most people do. Why? Why do we have a really hard time being with something that's that intense? Because you feel like you're doing nothing. You feel powerless. You feel like someone's manipulating me. You feel like they're in control of the situation. You feel like I'm not even doing anything. Okay, stay with me. So if you've ever felt that way, say yes in the comments below. Give me a yes. If you have no idea what I'm talking about at all, none of this makes sense to you, you can tell me that too. You need more. Nothing, doing nothing, that feeling of being powerless is exactly why we take action too fast. It's why we do too much, because nothing in this case is actually sitting with how awful it feels to watch someone you love struggle. If you're an empath, if you're a highly sensitive person, this is twice as hard, 10 times as hard for you as it is for someone who doesn't take on the emotions of others. Watching your kiddo melt down will push every button inside of you because it is very hard to watch someone you love struggle. You care. You care a lot. That's why it's hard. Okay. Something wrong with you, something broken with your kid is not broken. They're not messed up forever. It would just boil it all down. It is tough and stressful to watch your kid stressed out and not know how to help them. And ultimately, that's what we want. We want to help them feel better. So most of my clients are empaths or they're highly sensitive. Some don't know until they get to know themselves a little bit better through our work. But that feeling is so overwhelming, so overpowering. I want my kid to feel better. This is so painful. This is so hard, that what they do is try to stop the behavior, try to shut down the emotion, ultimately to make it stop. We want to make it stop. Why? We're looking for relief. We want our kid to feel better. We want it to stop for ourselves. And your brain will tell you all the reasons why. We don't have time for this. It's just too loud. It's just embarrassing. People are going to hear us. The neighbors are going to call the cops. I've heard it all. A lot of these things I've experienced or I've heard them. And I know and I get it. And also, if you want to help your kiddo have better behaviors, you need to understand what is driving those behaviors. Behaviors are not in and of themselves anything. Behaviors are not some kind of own entity of themselves. It's not like they're free floating and come out of nowhere. I think as parents, it looks like that sometimes. Like, why are you acting this way? And what is the matter with you? And why can't you just? And why can't you just do like your siblings. Why can't you just mellow out? This isn't that big of a deal. We're trying to convince them. We're trying to show them it's okay. You can relax. But in the reality, the behavior is actually the expression of what's going on inside emotionally. You may be like, yeah, I got it. I know. That's so obvious. But I really want you to hear this. So, what's happening for you is it's so stressful to watch my child be feeling like this. What's happening for them is they are expressing the stress they feel inside on the outside. That's called a behavior. So, for behaviors to get better, we need to actually address the underlying problem. The underlying problem is some kind of stress in their emotions. It's a thought that they don't understand, that they're confused by. It's a feeling of overwhelm by their own feelings. Too much. Don't know what to do with that. Don't know how to adjust to that. Don't understand what I'm feeling. Don't know how that I upset you and I don't know what to do with that. As the parent, the kid will feel like I've upset you. The kid will feel like I am messing everything up. They don't say these things out loud, but those are the emotions going on underneath the surface. It turns into what's wrong with me. There's something wrong with me in the tween and teen years. That's where we see girls, teenage girls struggling with anxiety and with depression because these unresolved emotions when they're younger have built and taken on meaning until they are a belief your child has. There's something wrong with me. I'm the cause of my family's distress. Okay. You with me? Making sense? For the behavior to get better, we need to address the underlying problem, you guys. And what that means is your child is struggling with knowing how to regulate their emotions, how to move through anger, move through sadness, come back to feeling okay, create a baseline of feeling secure, then ultimately confident. We want our kids to be able to go after what they want in life. We want them to be kind. Well, I don't know about you. I don't want to assume, but like most of the moms who I know want their children to be kind, to be respectful, to be accepting of other kids, not exclusive, not discriminatory or judgmental. But we need to teach our kids how to deal with what they feel if we want that behavior, if we want that outcome. So emotions lead to behaviors. Making sense? The real problem we need to solve is teaching our kids how to handle their emotions. And here's the kicker. How do we teach something we don't know how to do? Right? So if you haven't been to any of my workshops, if you've been to some of my workshops, you know the magic that comes with understanding, with looking at your kid and learning how to understand what's going on with your kid, and then realizing that the link between resolving your kids' behaviors and helping them to actually move through their emotions better is you understanding emotions. You don't have to know everything about yourself. That's not a prerequisite to helping your child, but you've got to understand how emotions work. And that's really the key. So I will throw out there an open invitation to drop your questions about this for me in the comments. As they come up, as you listen, drop me some questions. I always circle back. I answer anything that I can. And if this is resonating for you, if you are feeling like I really want to understand my child better. I want to know what's going on underneath the surface. I want to know what is the root cause. Then book a call, get on my calendar. I'm going to drop the link for you guys right now in the comments below. If Facebook will let me do that. It gets very fussy sometimes. Actually, I just click to drop the comment and all the comments, all the window disappeared. All right. Well, it's not happening. I'll do it after. I'll drop the link below for you guys. It's www.honorjanetsky.com/call. That's a clarity call. That's a full clarity call. Free parenting strategy session and assessment. So we can figure out what's going on with your kid. I'm happy to do that for you guys. Go ahead and get on my calendar. If you'd rather have a 20-minute connect call, we don't go as deep on those. I'm just kind of quickly getting to know surface level, like what kind of resources are you looking for, and I'll connect you with those free resources. Okay. If you know you're needing help and you are wanting to have a real conversation about what that looks like, book the clarity call, and then we'll have a free parenting strategy assessment and session on that. We'll find out what's going on with your kiddo. We'll find out where the gaps are and how to help your family. And then I'll make recommendations based on what's going on for you. Okay. All right, you guys. Thanks for being here and thanks for participating. You guys can ask anything here. You can create posts here. The only like two rules. One, no promotional posts. So I'm not going to leave up, an advertisement for your used car. That's coming down. I am also not going to tolerate any kind of like meanness or judging others or anything like that. Anything else goes. Ask your questions here. Happy to support you. And I'll see you guys next time. See you next Thursday.